What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? So, funny thing happened. I was really set on going to the Tamron Hall show. I told y'all I love Tamron Hall. And funny, I don't actually watch her show, but I've watched the episodes of the show that I've been a part of. Not anything against Tamron Hall. I like all these shows that I go to. Tamron Hall, Sherry Shepherd. I don't know what else. The ABC morning shows. I can't think of the names right now, but the ones that Michael Strahan heads and everything like that. I like all those shows, but the thing is, I don't watch them. I'm not interested in seeing them at home, but I just love Tamron Hall, period. I have the best time in her audience. So when I was picking which show that I wanted to attend, I was like, you know what? Tamron Hall is the one that I want to go. That is the one. But what ended up happening is I'm an old man. So in order for me to leave early enough to get to the Tamron Hall show, I have to be up and out of my house at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was on live until 2 o'clock or so. I actually did wake up about 5:30, and I played that dangerous game of 30 more minutes. I'm gonna close my eyes for 30 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna head out. And 30 minutes turned into about an hour and a half. Woke up, it was 7. I could have tried to rush and make it there, but I've been left outside of shows before. So this dog is barking at me out the window. I wasn't trying to get left outside. So I was like, you know what? That's the reason why I selected multiple options. Because I know myself and I can't lock into things ahead of time. But it's okay. I'm not mad. I did want to go to that particular show. However, I have never been to the Kelly Clarkson show. I really loved Kelly Clarkson on American Idol, so it's a chance to go to a new show, see how that new show 1,000 times before I will do that. So the old thing that I did 1,000 times was the Tamron Hall show, and the new thing is going to be the Kelly Clarkson show. So hopefully once I go there and experience that show, I'll be able to tell y'all, like, I had a great time at Kelly Clarkson. Maybe this will be the day. Maybe this show and this time will be the day where they're like, we want you to get mic'd up and participate in whatever is happening on the show. Because I always go there and feel in the back of my mind, one of these days, instead of just putting the camera in my face, somebody's going to be like, we want you to be a part of the show and talk about something. If they have any options to volunteer, it's my birthday, so I'm going to be brave and tell them, like, I'll volunteer. We'll see. But I'm going to Rockefeller Plaza. I was there once before. I think that is NBC Studios, if I'm not mistaken. I was there I just looked up this guy's name and I can't think of it anymore. Was it Steven? Shoot, I can't think of his name. That's gonna bother me again. I'm going to the Kelly Clarkson show. Like I was saying at the beginning of this live, I woke up too late to get to the Tamron Hall show. So the good thing about the Sherry Shepherd show is that there's a train right next to my house. So I can hop on that train at any time. And it gets me nearby her studio in about 30 minutes. She's about 3 blocks from the train station. But the Tamron Hall show is West 67th Street, which does not mean anything to anyone who's not in New York. But for perspective, the train takes you to 32nd Street, so it's 35 blocks away. So it's not really walking distance, even though I walk that distance. It's a 45-minute walk from where I am. So, but the cool thing is I love that Rockefeller Center lounge. I'm gonna take some live videos when I get in the lounge. Some of y'all who have been on my music and mental health page remember last year when I went in that lounge. That was the one that I told that story of, oh, I'm gonna give me a second doing what I'm doing. I was doing nothing. I stayed in bed my whole birthday. I was just sad and depressed. I did look at some social media comments and stuff, but for the most part, I just didn't want to speak to anybody because at that point in time, I was heavy into the grieving and people were speaking to me and everything was about my dad. How are you feeling? What is your emotions like? What is your mom do? How is your mom coping? How's it going with your sister? This, that, and the other. And it was just like, I am not in a position to be good if I talk about this. So, avoided the world. So this year, I feel excellent. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel physically, I feel fit. You know, I'm not peak fitness. I'm not at my peak, but compared to what I was last year, when I was like hitting the gym once in a blue. I was just eating whatever, down in the dumps. You know, like I am like 75% better today than I was then, which feels great. I can't wait to go and see how this new show is like. Well, I guess it's not that new, but it's not been in New York. It's been in California for a while, and it's hard to actually get tickets. I don't know how I secured these tickets. It's funny because I didn't really want to cancel. In my head, I was actually thinking of going to Tamron Hall and then leaving Tamron Hall to go to Kelly Clarkson, which now, based on the fact that I'm going to Kelly Clarkson anyways, I realized that I could have done that. I could have gone to both because they don't overlap. So I could have gone to Tamron Hall and then ran over here. But it's all good. Like I said, I am such a resistant person to change. But sometimes I experience a change and it's good. Like when I first went to Tamron Hall, the only reason I went to Tamron Hall is because the Nick Cannon show shut down. I'd never watched Tamron Hall before. I'm like, well, not who is Tamron Hall. I knew who she was, but her show didn't interest me. And then I said this before, when I went to that episode, there was about 2 other men in there aside from me, and the topic was menopause. So I was like, okay, it's a person that doesn't interest me, a topic doesn't interest me, but the warm-up lady and also Tamron herself, she interacted and it was really fun, and I've been an unofficial part of the Tam fam since then. The other show I had an option to go to was Steve Wilkos, which I love going to Steve Wilkos, honestly. Like watching it on TV, that's another one that I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time watching this, but being in there in the audience is hilarious. There's so much stuff that y'all don't see in the produced version that we see in the audience, which makes the show extremely entertaining. Extremely entertaining. By the way, this is one of my dad's shirts. I love his African shirts. My mom was going to give them all away. And every time I see her giving some more away, I'm like, no. As long as they fit me, I'm going to take them and I'm going to wear them myself. Please don't give them away. These are valuable for multiple reasons. But yeah, I have got, let's see, what time is it? It is 11:21, so I've got about 40 minutes till I get to the studio. Once I get through security, or maybe even before I get through security, maybe I will give you guys a little tour and show you the Rockefeller building for those who haven't been there when I get there. And that's all I got. So talk to y'all soon. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Super chats are open. Super likes, super gifts, memberships are open, all that good stuff. Talk to y'all later.